Hey folks, April Reigne. I want to show you at least the highlights of today's congressional hearing. It's not being covered that much in the news, and it should be because this has been going on. It's been an issue for 5 years. And they are just now, they being Wells Fargo, they're just now getting around to apologizing and kind of, sort of, but I get the feeling not really remedying the situation. So I've taken the highlights of it from today's hearing, which is September 29th. Enjoy.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Neugebauer, chairman of our Financial Institutions Subcommittee.
You serve as both the chairman and the CEO of the Wells Fargo, is that correct?
Congressman, that is correct.
And as you're aware, Section 972 of Dodd-Frank requires an issuer of securities to disclose the annual proxy statement, the reason why the issuer has chosen to allow the same person to serve as the board chairman and the CEO. This year, Wells states that your dual role is a result of your extensive experience and knowledge regarding the company and provides the most efficient leadership of the board and the company. Mr. Stump, do you think it's a good idea for the chairman and to be the chairman of the board and the CEO?
Thank you, Congressman, for that question. In our company, we have 14 outside directors. We have a lead director. All directors are New York Stock Exchange independent by their standards. I'm not a member of any standing committee of that board. The independent directors and the lead director help set the agenda for the boards. They always have meetings that are executive session without me. And as you probably read about what happened this weekend, because we filed an 8K yesterday about actions that they took as an independent board, and I was not part of that. So the board acts quite independently.
So in these, the current situation is that you're recused yourself from board decisions on this situation? Congressman, you're right. I have either recused or I've not been invited. I'm not part of that, and I serve at the pleasure of the board. So you gave me a good idea of how your board's structured, but the original question was, do you think that's a good idea for the CEO to be also the chairman, and would the board and the stock shareholders, customers be better served if there was some separation in that area? Thank you. For our company, I believe we have the right structure. But again, I serve at the will of the board, and the board can make a decision on that. Now, Mr. Stump, you testified that you learned of these violations sometime in 2013. When did you inform the board that this was an issue? Yes. So the board had high-level ethics line comments or questions, or high-level kinds of activities around people who left the company, involuntary terminations, really through the 2011 to 2013 timeframe. After we learned, don't you repeat that? You said the board was having some discussions as early as 2011 about this? I was saying that the board from 2011 to 2013 would get reports at a committee level, at a high level, about ethics lines, requests, or information at not a granular level, but at maybe at the company level. But you didn't find out about it until 2013? And 2013, I became aware that there was an issue in the southwestern part of the country, and by 2014 then, this was late in the year, by 2014, we started to provide more information to more committees of the board, and then by 2015, the board had a risk committee. The board had a complete report on that issue. So, as chairman of the board, the CEO, when did you tell the board we have a problem? It was in 2015 that we had a full report. Again, as I said in my testimony to the Senate and here today,
2014, we were starting to get more granular information that this was a risk area for the company to focus on.
Did you ever disclose this issue on a 10K filing?
We have our 10K, all of our K or Q filings are facts and circumstances, what we knew at the time. And as recently as our second quarter Q this year, when we used our disclosure teams and our compliance teams to look at this issue, the facts and circumstances we believed were not material.